Hi, it's Thad with Willoway. It's June 25th. Wanted to talk about warm season grasses. Here we have a new one, Dreamcatcher switchgrass, which is a really nice newer introduction. They're selected on some of their size, like a 36 to 42 inch height. A really nice sturdy plant. So this is selected so it doesn't fall over or kind of splay apart. Some of the nice things is this blooms, has a nice panicle that comes up, and they're kind of wispy or cloudy, as most of the switchgrasses are. So you can see the crop behind me. We've got a really nice selection here. This was grown down at our Hilliard facility by the grower down there, and they did a really nice job. The other one that I've got here is another new switchgrass called Smoky Rose, and this one you can see it's got hues of purple in it. This is a little more upright of a selection, so, and a little bit smaller, not much, but it's about that same size, around 36 inches. But a really nice, that purple kind of highlights come off it very softly. So another really nice grass. So the grasses for this warm season are really, this is the time of year they start to shine. Some of them get a fall color in them as well a little bit, and you can choose to leave it up all winter for some winter interest as well in your garden. By Tradescanthia, I wanted to talk about a little bit. We have a really nice crops of this. This is Amethyst Kiss. As you can see, really nice display, kind of like that kind of lady effect of the foliage, and then it has a nice bud set on top. You can see these nice purple flowers, or light blue. We also have purples, and also there's a golden Tradescanthia, has golden foliage with like a nice blue flower on the top, which really is a eye-catching. So Tradescanthia, this thought it was kind of a crop we should highlight a little bit. And it's one of those plants that if you look in closer here, you can see there's tons of buds coming underneath. So you've got really long bloom time on this, long flowering. So just getting started here with this crop behind me. So really full plants, looking great right now. Hey, another crop that's starting to come in right now in this midsummer time is Hydrangea paniculata. This is Limelight in a 25 gallon. So you can see really big plant, really impactful. This might be a really nice one. We've got lots of bloom sets on it. This big, kind of nice creamy white color to it. So those will also kind of change out a little bit. And at the very end in the fall, you're going to get this brown papery look, that can be used for dried flowers. There's other uses that you can do, but really long bloom time on this. So once it starts, it just keeps going. Can be trimmed back if you want to shape it a little bit more too. Responds really well to that. The other thing I want to talk about is growing degree days. We're at 1,080 right now for growing degree days. We jumped about 200 degree days here in Avon over from last week when we did the video. At 1,060 growing degree days, Greenspire linden is starting to bloom. So the linden should be out blooming. At 1160, we're looking at spotted lanternfly adult emergence starting. So that would kind of time out coming up here very shortly, so be on the lookout for that. That's the new invasive in the area. Pennsylvania's got it, Detroit, a number of areas around, so be on the lookout. They're very colorful. You can go to the websites, be doing different states and get a lot of information on that. But they prefer Tree of Heaven as one of their host species. So if you have Tree of Heaven in the area, that would be a plot to look for them to see. They are a hitchhiker, so they tend to want to climb onto things. And one of the ways it's suspected that they move is along rail lines. There's a lot of Tree of Heaven along those rail lines that are on the trains, and then they get moved along those rail lines out. So that's something to watch for. We're also coming on at about 1,050 ish, right in there. We're at the second generation for pine needle scale. So that second generation egg hatch is going to be happening really right now. So that's something to be looking for, and you could be doing a light horticultural oil with it to try to get if you have a problem with that. All right, I want to talk a little bit about water. With the warm temperatures we've had here, we've been up in the 90s, mid 90s here the last couple days. Today it's back in the mid 80s, but it's humid. Water is really important for us as growing a great crop. So we do a lot of things to incorporate. Here we've got impacts going. as you can see on the crops. So we put the crops down based on kind of water need. We're also, water times are monitored through sensors, but we also look at the crops, pull it off, look at the roots, what stage it's at. So we try to water holding capacity in the pot, and sometimes we have to do multiple waterings per day. Behind me, this is our oak leaf crop. We only water that usually in the mornings. It's a plant that doesn't like a lot of water or stay wet for a really long time. So it's one of those plants that we also got to monitor for disease, because if the leaves stay wet too long, you will get leaf spot in them. So it's really important to really understand what you're doing with watering. But right now, we're kind of in survival mode with some of the plants with these warm temperatures. So it's really about making sure we're getting water down timely. So keep an eye on all your water when it's this hot.